Hi, I would like to share with you the scriptures from Galatians chapter 5. It's basically the whole chapter. I'm going to read from verse 1. Stand fast, stand fast, therefore, in the liberty wherewith Christ has made us free, and be not entangled again with the yoke of bondage. Behold, I, Paul, say unto you, that if ye be circumcised, Christ shall profit you nothing. For I testify again to every man that is circumcised that he is a debtor to do the whole law. Christ is become of no effect unto you. Whosoever of you that are justified by the law, you are fallen from grace. For we through the Spirit wait for the hope of righteousness by faith. For in Jesus Christ neither circumcision nor avails anything, nor uncircumcision, but faith which works by love. You did run well. Who did hinder you that you should not obey the truth? This persuasion comes not of him that calls you. A little leaven leavens the whole lump. I have confidence in you through the Lord that you will be none otherwise minded. But he that troubles you shall bear his judgment, whosoever he be. And I, brethren, if I yet preach circumcision, why do I yet suffer persecution? Then the offense of the cross has ceased. I would that they would I would they were even cut off which trouble you. For brethren, you have been called unto liberty. Only use not your liberty for an occasion to the flesh, but by love serve one another. For all the law is fulfilled in one word, even in this, you shall love your neighbor as yourself. But if you bite and devour one another, take heed that you be not consumed one of another. This I say then, walk in the Spirit, and you shall not fulfill the lust of the flesh. For the flesh lusts against the Spirit, and the Spirit against the flesh, and these are contrary the one to the other, so that you cannot do the things that you would. But if ye be led of the Spirit, you are not under law. Now the works of the flesh are manifest, which are these: adultery, fornication, uncleanness, lasciviousness, idolatry, witchcraft, hatred, variance, emulations, wrath, strife, seditions, heresies, envyings, murders, drunkenness, revellings, and such like, of the which I tell you before, as I have also told you in time past, that they which do such things shall not inherit the kingdom of God. But the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, long-suffering, gentleness, goodness, faith, meekness, and temperance. Against such there is no law. And they that are Christ's have crucified the flesh with the affections and lust. If we live in the Spirit, let us also walk in the Spirit. Let us not be desirous of vainglory, provoking one another and envying one another. Now, these scriptures right there, I want to point out what Paul says about the difference between walking in the Spirit and walking in the flesh. And I mean, walking in the flesh, he points out that the works of the flesh are adultery, fornication, uncleanness, lasciviousness, idolatry, witchcraft, hatred, variance, emulations, wrath, strife, seditions, heresies, envyings, murders, drunkenness, revellings, and such like. I mean, these are behaviors that come from the flesh, and Paul says that those who do such things will not inherit the kingdom of God, and there are times that we're going to walk in the flesh. I mean, we're not perfect people. I mean, but we serve a perfect God. I mean, we we're going to falter, we're going to fail, and however, there are people who think that 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 having the grace of God is a license for doing such things. I mean, I think of people who just believe that have easy believism. They think just believe in Jesus Christ and you'll be saved, and you won't have to worry about anything. You don't even have to obey the law or anything, and just you don't have to like work out your salvation in fear and trembling, and just and they end up being like terrible people, and these don't exhibit the fruit of the Spirit, which Paul says says in verses 22 and 23 of Galatians chapter 5, because they don't think it's important that people should walk in the spirit and not in the flesh, because the spirit and the flesh are at war with each other. I mean, they're like they're like two wolves struggling over or over the same food to eat, and it's like they're both fighting to be fed, and if we feed one, the other's going to go hungry, and it's like I mean, we need to feed the flesh. I mean, feed the spirit man, not the flesh man, because flesh is going to bring destruction in our lives. I mean, and it's going to bring corruption in our lives. I mean, think about what Paul says in Galatians chapter 6, verse 7. Starting with verse 7, be not deceived, God is not mocked, for whatsoever man sows, that shall he also reap. For he that sows to the flesh shall of the flesh reap corruption, but he that sows to the Spirit shall of the Spirit reap life everlasting. And let us not be weary in well-doing, for in due season we shall reap if we faint not. Now, getting back to what it says in chapter 5, Paul points out that the fruit of the Spirit is these 9 things. It is love, joy, peace, long-suffering, gentleness, goodness, faith, meekness, and temperance. These things are there's no such law against these things. I mean, these things are what God wants us to exhibit, and unfortunately there are those who call themselves Christians who don't exhibit all these fruits, and for those who are honestly walking after the Lord, we need to pray for them, and for those who call themselves Christians but are obviously walking in the flesh, we need to pray for them as well, because those people they're need to have the spiritual revelation of Jesus Christ in their lives, and need to have that conviction in the spirit. It's like that sharp sword with the word that pierces even to the vision of soul and spirit, and joints and marrow, and the discerner of thoughts and intents of the heart. I mean, Paul says, walk in the Spirit, and you shall not fulfill the lust of the flesh. And if you walk in the Spirit, you're not under the law. I mean, you're no longer have to worry about walking perfectly in God's law, because if you walk in the Spirit, you're setting your mind on the things of the Spirit. I mean, it's like what it says in Romans, the carnal mind is enmity against God, because it cannot obey God's law, and it's not subject to God's law if you have a carnal mind. But if you have a spiritual mind, you're going to have life and peace. Because the carnal mind is death. We need to crucify the flesh with its passions and its lusts, and we need to walk out our salvation every day with fear and trembling, because God is at work in us to do unto will His good pleasure. And that's pretty much all I'm going to share with you in this video. So have a good day, and may God bless you.